So I wanted to show everyone kind of what you're missing if you don't buy an icon. So I'm in demo mode now. So I'm not connected to a helicopter, but you can get the idea. So when you first plug in your icon, you're going to see this screen here, okay? And keep in mind that every single one of these setup panes will have instructions on the left to literally walk a baby through setting up this helicopter, okay? So now you're going to start here. You can put in your model type, your blade names, motor type, all this stuff, your servos, and this will help the icon to pre-select parameters, as well as I think it may use some of this for the vibration analysis. So you're going to do that, and then your next option, select your orientation. So top up wires front. Going to select what kind of receiver you choose. Now, depending on which one you choose, so let's do SRXL2. Depending on which one you choose here will determine what screen shows up here for connections to show you exactly how to connect your receiver. And you can see here again, instructions on the left. Once you're done with that, this will show your transmitter setup, your inputs. So if you have a satellite plugged in, this will be green. But this will show you if all your channels are working here. Here's your swash setup. Let's say we're doing 120. You can check your rotation. You can reverse your pitch here if you need to. Servo setup. So let's say we're running cyclics 1523.33 and a tail at 763.33. And if you don't know what your frequency and pulse width are, here's a whole list of servos built right in. Swash plate setup. This is where you're gonna reverse your servos if they're not acting correctly with this reverse button here. Okay. This is also where you're going to raise and lower your servo center. So if you need to 90 your servos, you've already got it as close as you can mechanically, you can do it right here. This is also where you raise and lower your max pitch. This is where you raise and lower your max cyclic pitch. Here's your tail options. So you're going to hold your rudder all the way to the left, plus or minus for your limit. Then you're going to hold your tail all the way to the right, then plus or minus for your limit. And here's also where you can reverse your servo by clicking this button. Here's where you would select how many blades you have. This is what Icon uses to set your gains. So I'm going to set 2 blades and do 515 to 650. Here's your auto level and rescue setup here. So you can like set your switch to activate this guy. Then you can do your maximum angle, your auto level gain, your rescue pitch max, how much pitch it's going to input, and your rescue pitch duration, how long is it going to give pitch for. Governor screen. Here's your throttle output here. Your process for rotation, this is all for governor. You can find this out by reading the instructions on the left here. It'll tell you exactly how to set all this up. Here's your governor speeds. Speed 1. If you look on the left here, speed 1, flatline 45 recommended. Put your head speed in, done. Speed 2, 65%. Put your head speed in, done. Anytime you set your transmitter to one of these percentages, it will activate one of these governor head speeds. This is where you set your telemetry if you're using ESC's telemetry. Like for instance, I use Hobby Wings, so that's what it would be there. This is where you can set your flight modes for 3 different flight modes. And then your gyro check. The helicopter will fly when you're done with all these steps. Now, this is just a wizard, so you can go into the advanced menu if you like. and let's say receiver here. This is where you can map different channels to different options here, okay? Servos, you can go in here and this is all stuff that it's set up in the wizard, but you can also adjust it, okay? Setup mode, cyclic. You can adjust all your PIDs for cyclic here, for elevator, for aileron, and separately for all 3 flight modes. Setup 1, 2, and 3. Tail, set for 3 different flight modes. Not only can you set gains, but you can set your PIDs for that as well, and your rotational speed. So the Micro Beast does not let you adjust your rotational speed, which sucks. Your governor and auto level settings. Like I said, you don't have to go into any of this advanced menu unless you need to adjust gains. But I can tell you that most of the time, the gains are going to be pretty close just from going through the wizard. You have your counters here. You can set counters for, you know, different parameters. You can choose, say, motor bearings here and reset it to 0 if you have a new motor, and it'll log the flight times for these 4 options. Diagnostics. Now this is just a super cool part of the icon. You can choose from tons of different parameters here. You can choose up to 11 of them. You can choose your sample rate, and then you can go into real-time logging. If you have Bluetooth, you can log real-time. If you have a Bluetooth icon, you can go to recorded logs. Say we'll hit, if you had a helicopter connected, you'd be able to click download data and it will come up a list of logs you can choose from. But you can select which log channel you want to see, which is back in the list of parameter settings here. Log parameter 1, 2, 3, 4. Vibrations. So you can download data and start a real-time view of your entire flight from 0 seconds to the end of your flight of all the vibrations. Now, let's see if it'll do it. So you see what it does here? It knows by the frequency, by all your settings, by the frequency of vibration, whether it's going to be your tail, your head, or your motor. So this is a $180 FBL, guys. Like this, $180. You're spending $200 on a Micro Beast, you know, $250 on a V-bar, and this is just by far just the easiest setup. I set up a ton of them, both Micro Beast, V-bar, BeastX, Icon, everything, and this is just so easy and user-friendly. If you read the instructions here, I see a lot of people asking questions they could easily answer just by reading the instructions. It will walk you through from a kit to a flying helicopter when you're done, just by going through this wizard. So I recommend everybody give it a shot, because you won't buy another FBL after you buy this one.